It's a little past Oktoberfest, but I think this will do. Raving! This is Stark Raving Beer Reviews. Not only is it Stark Raving Beer Reviews, this is Stark Raving Beer Review number 47. So, yeah, kind of a big deal. And, I kind of have a big deal beer. This is Crimson Crew. This is a Dogfishhead. And hold on, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Rodenbach collaboration. So Rodenbach is a brewery from across the way, the Atlantic, and they teamed up together to get a beautiful label, which is from the Artisan series. I think I've mentioned his name before. It's like Max something. Actually, it's on here. Max Man. It's a really gorgeous label. I love Max's art style. It's very contemporary. When it comes to beer labels, it's wild as fuck. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Dogfishhead is, of course, one of my favorite breweries, and they now have a red ale available. I don't know if this is going to be a seasonal thing. This is the first year it's ever happened. This is a team-up, collaboration type thing, so this may be like the just one, and that's it. So I'm really looking forward to this. Some of the notes on here are that it's supposed to be infused with like cherry, plum, dried citrus, toffee, stewed fruits, whatever that is, and it's supposed to be malty. So it's going to be interesting, especially for a red ale, and I will be as blunt as possible. The last red ale I had was a werewolf. A Newcastle werewolf. Now, for some of you who aren't familiar with that, that was a gorgeous red ale. Produced by Newcastle, who also produces my favorite beer, Newcastle Brown Ale. So, the bar's pretty high when it comes to red ales, because I had one of the best. It's like my number 3 beer, and I remember that beer very, very well. Yeah, I still dream about it. I still taste it in the back of my mind. Actually, that's a lie. I don't remember what it tastes like, because it's been maybe a decade since I've had it. Maybe a decade. Maybe a decade. So, yeah. I gave those bottles away. They're in good hands. They're in good hands, though. They're in good hands. They're in good hands, and I trust them. By the way, I still tag them. Lozano has them. So, let's go ahead. Let's crack this baby open. Let's see what's going on. Ready? See if we can get this pop. Ready? Aim my microphone. Not so much of a pop on that. Let's see. Ooh. Very fruity. Very, very fruity. Dude, it smells like fruit cocktail. It smells like a can of fruit cocktail. Oh. smells absolutely wonderful. But I wouldn't expect anything less from Dogfish Head. My expectations are very high for this. Now, it could go either way, so, first things first. The pour. There we go. I got my polyandr. Yeah, I know. Just ignore the sticker. Well, you can't see through it, but whatever. Let's go. Ready? Boom. Ooh. That's a very... From my angle, that is red coming through. It might take a little while for it to clear up on camera, but you know what? We got another one. Ready? Alright, that one's actually showing up kind of better on camera. That is very, very red. I have an idea. I have a good idea. Ready? Boom! Look at that. That's red. 'Tis a red beer. That is so awesome looking. Ah, dude. It doesn't work from down below. Okay, it works from down below. But yeah, look at that. That is such a deep red color. I'm glad that it finally got picked up. I didn't put a flashlight in here, but that's still an amazing color. The bottle still smell of it. Ooh! Yeah, that plum. Like, plum is such a strong flavor and smell. And it really pushes through. So you really smell the plum. Like, it makes your throat tingle from the sourness of the smell. That's how strong the smell of the plum is. And then they say there's toffee and caramel in here and everything else. But this smells amazingly fruity. Alright. Whew, gotta brace myself, because I feel like there's gonna be a little bit of sour taste going on. Let's go deep. Ready? We're on a journey, baby. Ooh. Oh yeah. Yeah, a bit of sour. A lot of that plum. Ooh. A lot of that plum pops through. You do get the notes of cherry. Oh. It's been sitting for like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. The head's all gone. And very aromatic. Very citrusy. You smell a lot of that plum. You smell a lot of that cherry now. Yeah, that color is still very rich and red. Still a little on the sour side. Not overwhelmingly sour, but it's still like a sour. And ooh, it's interesting. Oh man, this is gonna take a little bit of like deciphering. It's very interesting how this works out. I think it's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird beer. I think it's really the plum that throws everything off, because it really does pronounce itself in it. In the smell and in the flavor and the aftertaste. It's not really bitter. It's more on the sweet side. feels like more like I'm drinking a cider than a beer. Yeah, I'm not getting any toffee. I'm not getting any darkness from it. Like I'm not getting any like darker tone flavors, like the toffee that's supposed to be in it, like the caramel that's supposed to be in it. I'm not really feeling any of that in there. Um, this is a very fruity, like a very fruity, a very interesting red ale. I think it's the plum that really makes it a lot more different than what you would expect from a red ale. Than that, well, then a lot more different from a classic Irish red. The American Dogfish, the American twist on it definitely has a lot to do with it. Dogfishhead is constantly experimenting and doing a lot of fun stuff with their stuff. They're one of my favorite breweries, and they have a very interesting history and a very charismatic, awesome, devoted CEO type guy, and I love watching his interviews. He's a great guy to watch. That. This is interesting. It's kind of hard to pinpoint it. It kind of feels like I'm drinking a little bit of a sour, but it's not like a sour sour. It's like a. It's confusing to me. Is it? Is it more importantly? Is it good or is it bad? No, it's good. It's a very good beer. Well, it's a good beer. It's a good beer. Um, it's a very well balanced beer at that. If it's going for what it's going for, it's not. It's like it's not like a red ale that I've ever tasted before. I still feel like it's the plum that's really throwing me off. Plum is such a strong flavor. Like, you ever had plum sake? I know I'm gonna get terrible shit for saying it the way I said it, but plum sake is atrocious. And then you warm it up, and then it becomes bearable. If you drink cold plum sake, it's the worst thing you could ever do yourself. But if you let it warm up and everything else, and like room temperature plum sake is actually really good. Like the sour notes kind of dissipate and everything else. But this is supposed to be a cold beer with plum and citrus and everything else in there. I feel like that sourness really does kick through, and that plum is such a powerful flavor that it just pushes through past everything else. So you taste the plum, but you do taste the other fruit slightly. It's such a complicated beer. It's a good beer. It's not a great beer. It's a good beer. It's kind of like a beer and a cider. And, yeah, it's very interesting. It might take the whole six pack to figure out if I like it or not. But for right now, it's a good beer. Is it my favorite beer? No. By far, no. It is very good, though. No, it's not very good. It's good. It's good. I think that plum's really throwing me off. And, I think that's where it lost me with that plum. If it didn't have the plum in it, we'd be probably talking something else right now. Scale of 1 to 10. Newcastle being a 10. That's my new scale. Newcastle's 10. Because it's perfect. Newcastle's perfect, and you will never change my mind about that. Until you create a better brown ale than Newcastle brown ale. Yeah, I know I did have the Nitro Lone Pint brown ale. I still have some in the refrigerator. You probably saw that. But yeah. I give it a 6. Yeah, it's a 6. It's better than most beers. It's a lot of flavorful. It's kind of more on the cider side, though. For my palate, at least. Is it good? Yes. Am I going to finish it? Yes, I'm going to finish it. Am I going to buy more of it? Hold on. No. No, I'm not going to buy more of this. 6 out of 10. It's okay. Can I recommend it? If you like ciders, I feel like you would like this. Yeah, I can't really say if this is going to be for beer lovers. If you like cider, I feel like you would really enjoy this. Because it feels like it's more on the cider side of everything. I'm not too familiar with red ales. It's been a while since I've had a red ale. I might actually have to pick up a pack of red ale and do that. But for right now, it's at a 6 out of 10. I recommend it for people who like cider. I'm probably not going to pick this up whenever it comes out next year because it's a seasonal, according to the website that I'm staring at right now. It's better than most ciders that I've had. I will say that. Except Woodchuck. I love Woodchuck apple cider. And it's amazing. I love Woodchuck. I haven't seen Woodchuck in a while, and that upsets me. I haven't seen Woodchuck in a while, and that seriously upsets me. I love Woodchuck apple cider, but I haven't seen it in a very long time, and that concerns me on the inside, because Woodchuck was my thing, like, for a while, and, that is weird that I haven't seen Woodchuck in a while. I should probably look into that sometime. But we're not here to talk about Woodchuck. We're here to talk about Dogfishhead Crimson Crew. It's a 7.1, 15 IBU beer. Honestly, the only bitterness coming from this beer is coming from the aftertaste from the plum, which kind of makes it like a sour, ciderish, more type thing going on right now, in my personal opinion. I'm not a brewmaster, I'm just a dude on the internet, so my opinion means nothing to anybody important. But, I give it a 6 out of 10, and I'm not going to go out of my way to find it. If someone gives me one, I'm going to drink it. It's good. It's not great, but it's good. If you like cider, you'll like this. And that's where I got to leave it. Well, this has been Sark Raving Beer Reviews number 47. Alright, so I have beer number 48 lined up, and I have beer number 49 lined up. And I'm really hoping beer 50 is something special. I'm going to try and pull some strings and see what I can get done. So thank you all. Like, subscribe, share. If you have a beer to suggest, put it down in the comments. I'll see what I can do. Best of luck in 2023. And 2022 has sucked, hasn't it? We're about to have another big freeze, kids. So hopefully we get to keep our power and water this year. So the best I can say is salut, Prost, and you know, do that thing that makes you feel like God. Until next time, as always, Shilklaki.